Just when you thought things couldn't get any weirder for Mortal Kombat 1's marketing, all it took was a sign at a pay-per-view over the weekend for us to get an update in regards to the Wi-Fi filter in Combat League that Ed Boon talked about a month ago that we've been asking for since Mortal Kombat 10 MKX. When a meme is responsible for triggering a response, that is a very sad sight to see. Hey, what's up guys? Dynasty back again with another Mortal Kombat 1 MK video because over the weekend, AEW had a major wrestling event that I watched, and in the midst of it, this tweet right here caught wind and actually picked up a lot of steam. Said, when Combat League is so bad, there's signs at a pay-per-view begging you to improve it. And obviously the image is somebody here holding onto the sign. It says, Wi-Fi filter, please, Mr. Boon. And when I saw this, I was laughing hysterically because I was actually watching the pay-per-view events. And, you know, I shared it. It's got 260,000 views, 3,000 likes. It got to the point that it became a meme, and Ed Boon had to kind of respond. So, you know, just when you thought we couldn't hit new lows for Mortal Kombat 1 and NetherRealm Studios WB communication-wise, it takes a fucking sign that somebody's holding on hard camera during a wrestling event to give us an update in regards to things that should have been in the game from launch. I'm not trying to be negative, but why the hell do we have to go through things like this to get updates on features that should have been in the game from day one? Did we just crack the code? Does this mean that in the future, all it takes is for us to go to AEW events, WWE events, hold onto a sign that says, Boon, please, no more microtransactions. Boon, please, add some new features in this game. Boon, please. Like, why? Why does this have to be what it takes to give us an update? Now, obviously, the meme blew up, this image blew up, and Event Hubs actually wrote an article about this, which Ed Boon saw, and in response to the article, he actually gave us our update, which is that Wi-Fi filter is coming soon. So we'll be talking about that today. If you're excited to hear me unpack that, please take a second, drop a like on the video. Of course, subscribe for some more MK content like this on the channel. I want to say thank you for choosing me to be your Mortal Kombat 1 insider. Obviously, there's no machine behind me. I'm still blacklisted, so without you, you know, these videos, they don't happen. So I love you guys. Thank you for all the positive feedback and love on the content. So without further ado, Dynasty, what the hell did Ed Boon have to say in response to this Wi-Fi filter, please, Mr. Boon? Boon saw the article posted, like I mentioned, from Event Hubs. Fan holds up sign at pay-per-view wrestling event that pleads with Ed Boon to add a Wi-Fi filter to MK1. In response to that, Boon says, it's coming soon, I swear. Wi-Fi filter and crossplay, we just gotta make sure they're solid. More info coming soon. Thanks for your patience. We'll be rolling out the features. Wi-Fi filter / decline comes first. Nothing more, nothing less. No update in regards to when this is actually going to be released, but hopefully soon means soon. We've heard this from Boon before, so no timetable of when, but soon you will get features that should have been in the game at launch. And like you'd expect, all the responses to this tweet are overwhelmingly positive. Thank you, Ed Boon, for giving us a Wi-Fi filter. Thank you, Ed Boon, for giving us crossplay. And it just sucks because, again, not to be a bearer of bad news and to keep it real, but this should have been in the game at launch. Why is it taking a meme to blow up to give us some communication about this shit? If I'm not mistaken, it was like 3 weeks ago when Boon actually came out and had the voting poll that mentioned, hey, out of all these features, what do you want next to be added to Mortal Kombat 1's online? So that was about a month ago. It took a month to get an update, and the update is they're coming soon. First is the Wi-Fi filter. So in case you don't understand, essentially what they're going to be adding is, say you're connected via an Ethernet cable directly, you'll have the ability to decline the match if they are on Wi-Fi, so you don't have to deal with a really bad connection. Something, again, we've been asking for going back to the days of Mortal Kombat 11, Mortal Kombat 10. It's finally happening, but again, people are acting like Ed Boon just gave away 5,000 dragon crystals for free. It's a shame. I could scroll down and show you all the responses, and I'm telling you, anybody who is like a content creator is acting like Ed Boon is just dropped the entire Combat Pack 2 and 3 right now. Like, it's insane. People are so happy with this update, which is literally no update other than it's coming soon. And that just shows you the state of our community, where things like this get applauded. And it's like, this should kind of be the standard. Where are the community managers to actually be answering these questions, like be clarifying things like this? Probably watching a Chiefs game, probably trying to add another mesa for another season of Invasions mode, who knows? But it's just so disheartening to see that something like this gets like really overwhelmingly positive support from people who have a voice, and instead of just being like, okay, but when is soon, all it is just like, thank you so much, Ed, for giving me my firstborn child. And at this point, I'm over it. I could show you the responses, but again, take my word for it, it's just a bunch of people who are so thankful for the communication that literally only happened because of a fucking meme. That is the state of the community right now, and what can I do other than be real? You know what I mean? So there you go, there's your update. It's coming soon, and the first thing that's going to be dropping is the Wi-Fi filter decline option. I feel like crossplay is probably just as important, but they gotta make sure it's good. It's solid, which is something you would have thought they did before the game got released, but obviously WB just wanted to make that money, and they rushed the game and shipped it out without all these features. So there you go. And while we're talking about Ed Boon, I guess we'll also mention that Boon came out and confirmed again something that was talked about 4 months ago, that Michonne from The Walking Dead was almost a guest character in a Mortal Kombat game. I'm assuming it was MKX. Here's another tweet from Ed Boon. He saw Michonne was trending along with Tremor and said, coincidentally, before we eventually went with Omni-Man, the first meeting I had with Robert Kirkman, the creator of Invincible: The Walking Dead, was to talk about the possibility of Michonne being a guest fighter in Mortal Kombat. And all the responses are acting like this is brand new, but this was something that Boon talked about going back to San Diego Comic-Con, which we covered here on the channel. Everyone's just really happy. Everyone's just really happy. They love their copies of Mortal Kombat 1 that they got in the mail. If you missed the clip from San Diego Comic-Con where this was first revealed back 4 months ago in the summer, here's the clip in its entirety right here.
And we had lunch, how many years ago? We were talking about Michonne?
Gosh, at least three. No, it was before the pandemic.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it was 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Something like
I remember
that,
it was raining that day, because when I went to meet you at the restaurant, it was raining, but it was quite a long time ago. But you know, it's not for a lack of options, for sure. It's just picking the right one at the right time.
So there you go. Michonne was almost in, I believe, Mortal Kombat 10 MKX. Will it happen in the future? No idea. Is The Walking Dead still really relevant? I don't think so. They just dropped a game recently that apparently is horrible, so do with that information as you will. So there you go, guys. There's your update in regards to the Wi-Fi filter. I wonder how much dragon crystals it would cost for an ice cream. How much, Ed? How much for an elote? How much, Ed? How much? Should I go ask how much dragon crystals? Should I? Should I, Ed? So there you go. That's your update in regards to some of the features that are coming to Mortal Kombat 1's online soon. And it just sucks. I really hate to be negative on these MK1 videos, but dude, someone's got to keep it real. In a world of people who are overlooking things like microtransactions, features being gone, I hate that I have to be the person to do it, but someone kind of has to. I have this platform here for a reason. And I hope you guys appreciate me trying to keep their feet to the fire and be honest. That's all I'm really asking for, is better communication, some honesty, and to treat the consumer with some fucking respect, because at this point, man, I've been around Mortal Kombat launches since MK9 on YouTube, and I don't know if my opinion means anything, but honestly, This launch has probably been the worst I've ever covered and experienced. And to see people just overlook things like, you know, the game just being incomplete, you know? The gameplay, depending on who you are, you either love it or you hate it. Some people love the fact that we have combos, air combos back. Some people hate the fact that usually it's just like 1 or 2 strings and the round's over. I understand both dynamics, but outside of the gameplay being solid, depending on who you ask, the game's empty. Invasions is boring. They make the XP even harder to unlock, to upgrade your characters and unlock skins, etc. I don't know, man. It's an interesting spot right now, and this meme, I think, kind of fits the tone for what I'm feeling Mortal Kombat 1. We're dying. And you hate to see it. I mentioned in one of my last videos, WB NetherRealm lived long enough to become the villain, and we're now seeing Mortal Kombat with these crazy prices on skins, fatalities, things of that sort. And it just sucks because, again, most people are acting like this is just normal. This is par for the course. And I get that to some extent, to some degree, but you gotta try to save. You gotta try to fight. You gotta try to keep them honest. If you just throw in the white towel, accept the fact that this is gonna be a live service game that we already paid $70 for from the jump, they're gonna keep nickel and diming us. And it's funny because if you go back to the days of Mortal Kombat in the arcades, right? Like MK3 was purposely designed to take your money. You know what I mean? So let's not act like Mortal Kombat wasn't always a cash grab. Like, that was put into arcades to make the arcade owners some cash, some money. And it feels like it kind of just went full circle. It really does. And it's so bittersweet because I grew up on the 3D era. I grew up with Deception, Deadly Alliance, Armageddon. I love UMK3, arguably my favorite Mortal Kombat of all time. I missed out on that. I missed out on going to the arcades and stuff like that. I'm 28, and is this my version of being scammed versus like Jade on round 3 of the tower at MK3? It kind of feels like it in its prime, at least what I'd assume. If you're older than me, a lot of you guys are, does this give you flashbacks, PTSD of going to the arcade of like $10 and just not beating the ladder? You know what I mean? Like, is this what it feels like? I kind of feel like I'm going through what y'all went through as kids in the arcades. It's bittersweet, dude. It really is. But of course, guys, that's all I got for y'all today. What do you think of Boon's response? What do you think of everybody acting like Ed Boon just gave birth to their 5th child? Personally, I think it's ridiculous how people think that little statements like that are enough to overlook the bullshit we've had to endure with just this last 2 months of MK1. This game has a lot of potential. It really does, but I don't think that WB is going to handle things the way they should to save it. The core of it has that fucking potential that we've all been asking for, you know what I mean? But everything outside of the actual core gameplay, dude, it's rough. It's really rough. If you're defending this shit, you're part of the problem. If you don't agree with me, I guess I understand. I really don't, but you do you, boo. I grew up from a generation where fatalities were added, skins were free, compatibility skins. You would buy DLC packs like the combat pack and get a couple costumes out of it. I don't like this whole nickel and dime shit, and I'm not gonna sit here and, you know, oh, it's just par for the course. Everything's like that. So if everybody jumps off a cliff, or you gonna jump off a cliff, it's that classic saying. It's a cliche for a reason. I love this franchise. If I didn't say something and try to use my platform to help it or keep it honest, I would feel bad. So I'm doing this for myself. Hopefully it's making you guys feel the way I'm feeling and you care too, and this makes some type of difference. I don't know if it does, but if I didn't try to be honest and keep them, you know, genuine, I would have regretted not being here and trying, you know what I mean? So I don't know why I'm ranting. It's been a few days since I made a video. It's just how I'm feeling lately with Mortal Kombat. My next video should be helpful if you actually don't want to spend your hard-earned dragon crystals, which are now in the shop from last season. Those last season 1 invasion skins are now in the shop for like $1 or $2, even though they were free just a few weeks ago. But thankfully, there's a workaround for that. So I love you guys. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comment section down below. Till next time, I've been your host, Dynasty. Guys, please take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.